I am Monica Boulevard, Rose Empress 53.
And I'm Athens City's Fox, Rose Emperor 38. It started out really in high school when I came out. I was always involved with my peers in high school. I was probably the first one to come out in my high school, and so I kind of became this go-to guy, and so everybody would come to me with advice, you know, how did you come out, how did you approach it with your family? I worked really close with my guidance counselors in high school, and shortly after that, after graduation, I moved straight to Portland and became very involved with the Escape nightclub, and along with all my peers, and I ran for the position of Thorn 32, the longest running youth pageant in the world. And it just went from there, and then I joined the Imperial Sovereign Rose Court when I was 21 and became Mr. Gay Oregon 40, and shortly after that I decided to run for Rose Emperor.
I've been involved a little longer because I'm a year or two older than Athens. I got involved first with the Eugene Court, and I was their debutante there. I had no idea what I was doing, but it sounded like fun, so I did it. And I will be celebrating my 21st anniversary of that in 2 weeks.
It started in 1965. Originally we would have a ball in the spring and then one in the fall where we would have a Rose Queen. And we've always been a non-profit organization registered in Oregon. And shortly after that, I believe it was Tracy St. James. She was the first elected Rose Empress. And then Donnie LeMay, Rose Empress 16, she created the Rose Emperor.
There were about 5 courts back in the beginning, and we are now at somewhere near 75 courts across the country. We were West Coast based to start with, and we are now clear across the country from the West Coast all the way to New York and Maine and so on. We're going to send the message that although we're one organization, we're filled with many, many diverse people, and we have a number of people contributing to our display so that we can show the variety that we are, and to really celebrate the differences that are among us. And it's an opportunity to get people involved, to get people excited, and to show off a little bit. I'm pretty excited to do that too. I think our biggest theme, and was sort of my campaign platform in the Keep It Fresh mode, was, as I mentioned earlier, to create an avenue that people are attracted to. We need more people, we need new people, we need the past people to continue to participate, and the only way that we can do so is by creating something that's making a difference, that people can see, that people are going to want to be a part of. If we sit quietly in our own little cluster doing our own little events only to each other, we're not going to reach the size of audience that we need to make the biggest impact. And so really that's our biggest focus this year, is to let people know who we are, to be out there and to say, hey, come and play with us.
And Keeping It Fresh motto, coming from Monica, has really made me reflect on myself and kind of made me want to grow to be a better person. So just always keeping that in my mind has been just wonderful, and I thank Monica for that. And I would also say at least my biggest goal is to raise money for youth. For example, we're really big on the Pride of the Rose Scholarship Fund and the Audrey M. Edwards Scholarship Fund. And me being so young and freshly coming out from the youth, I really feel it's important to show them, hey, you know, this great organization cares about you guys, and we're raising money for you to continue your education. Our charities tend to be more LGBTQ, but mainly our fundraising seems to be in a drag show form. I know Monica and I were really trying to get out of that and doing a little bit more things, maybe going out to the homeless and serving food, just getting out there that way. And as for our shows, we want to try and mix it up, not so much drag related, but more going out and just bowling, maybe $1 donation. But we're just trying to keep it fresh and doing different things.
We have traditionally raised funds $1 at a time, which can be a very tedious task to make enough money to have an impact. But as we were referring earlier about the way things have changed, back when the court first began, we gave away hundreds of dollars in charity and helped people that needed it throughout the community, often anonymously. And people didn't come to the court asking for money. We just kind of reached out and found people that needed it. Now we're larger, more recognized. We're raising money in the thousands now, And people do approach us from time to time with needs, and we do what we can to help, especially locally, and especially to people that don't have other avenues. You know, Keep It Fresh is kind of intentionally ambiguous. I want everybody to think about what that means to them. To some people, keeping it fresh is starting something new, and to others, keeping it fresh is making sure that we don't forget what the old way was either. Keeping it fresh can mean anything. It can mean from bettering myself so that I'm a better community member to helping other people find avenues to better themselves. I think it's an incredibly personal statement, and I hope it always will be. I think I would advise them to keep their priorities in order, first and foremost. We are a business in one sense, but we are also sort of a magnet to the community. We can't do our business unless we attract people. So just really remembering to have fun and to enjoy what you're doing and to be really true about your intentions when you're out and about and meeting people so that you can create something that people want to be a part of.
For me, I probably would want to see what they want to do. See what motivates them. I'd probably want to talk to them about, well, what charities are you interested in? Because, you know, the Rose Court is a good way to raise money for different charities. So I would try and find out what motivates the person and why they want to get involved with the Rose Court.
It becomes obvious within minutes that everybody's watching what you're doing. It becomes obvious that I am leading a number of people in their choices for the day or the week or the night even. And so I have to be very aware of what I'm doing and what message I'm sending. And it's not something I always get right, but it's something I always think about, and it's something that I can always change next time. The obvious point of getting in drag is to be fun and fabulous and to draw attention, which we certainly do. But we also have to make the message clear that while we're doing that, we can accomplish things. That we're not always frivolous, and we can have fun while we do it. But we do have a mission to accomplish something when we're out.
Well, definitely when I'm out and at a function, I do like to talk to some of the younger title holders and see what their goals are, see what they want to do with their court or our court. And I feel that I can really relate to them and talk to them because they come up to me and they're like, well, how did you become Rose Emperor? How did you become Mr. Gate Oregon? And I feel it's a great opportunity to talk to them and find out exactly what drives them and how I can help them get to where they want to go.
One of the things that Athens and I were really excited about when we were looking at the possibility of reigning together was that with his connection and passion for the youth and my connection and passion for our history, that if we could find a way to meld those two things together throughout this year, we could be potentially hugely successful, and we could accomplish a lot more than we even think possible, maybe. You have to love what you do, you know, and again, it sort of brings it back to keeping it fresh for me personally. I was raised in a manner that I believe that you need to make a difference in your time on earth. Whether it's small difference or a big difference, you're responsible to make a difference. And I just strive every time, every day, to try to make a difference somehow. And I saw this opportunity, and I saw the people that had gone before me make such a huge difference and create scholarships and create programs that have helped people out for years, and there's no way I could not be a part of that.
For me, yeah, it has to be a passion, something that you have to love doing. And for me, I've always had to motivate myself to be a better person and always strive, because being so young, I always had to reach for the top. I just always had to, because I was on my own since I was 16, and so I always strived to be that better person. And with this, it really helps me to help better other people with my experience. I just did get nominated to be on the International Court System 30 Under 30 Club. And basically what it is everybody over the nation in Canada and Mexico, they can be part of this council and give their feedback on how we can better the courts and how we can grow.
And drawing attention to what we can do to attract the under 30 crowd is absolutely where our focus should be.
Our board meetings are the first Monday of the month, held at Darcel's at 7 p.m. And our court meetings are held the second Monday at Embers at 7 p.m.